My number one pick and my favorite anime character of all time, Chrollo Lucilfer. Let me tell you why this is my number one pick. Let me explain to y'all why this is my number one pick. Let me indulge with me why this is my number one pick. Not only the character design, not only the voice actor, not only the the charisma, not only the style of which he comes in his arc of York New. This character is such a great representative of the villain in anime ain't just pure evil. Him and his merry band of spiders got together. It wasn't through evil actions or we just want to take over the world. Nothing corny like that. Chrollo gathered these. He gathered his friends together, which is crazy. Like those are really his friends that he cried over, that he would die for, that he would help out in any way he can. He gathered them through something traumatic that happened with them in their past. When they were all younger. Most of the troop members know each other, and Chrollo didn't even want to be the leader of the troop. He voted Uvo, but Uvo just wanted to tear stuff apart. So, he passed on everybody, voted Chrollo. His character is nothing. In his head, this is my theory with him. He's nothing without his friends, which is a way I felt in life. It's kind of like the reverse shonen way of the villain feels like this. Usually, it's the hero that feels like this, but in Chrollo's case, he feels empty because I don't think he knows himself. So he just uses his friends' personalities as a branch out to his own personality. Like I said, that's just my own personal thoughts on the matter. His abilities, he's a specialist, which he can use basically almost every ability 100% to their potential, which I mentioned before. I really love the power system in Hunter. You know what I mean? I think it's the best, honestly. You know what I mean? This character just spoke to me for whatever reason the first time I saw him. Like I said, the design, the cross on his head, the Saint Peter backwards cross on the coat. Like I feel like the creator really put a lot of effort into him. I think these creators have their favorites, man, and it's usually not the protagonist. It's always somebody like whenever you see uh, I don't know, a lot being put into a person. Just like, why is there so much being put into this character? I can't really think of any other characters now. But it's like, I feel like, I'll use Sasuke. Sasuke is a perfect example. I feel like the creator really put a lot into Sasuke. Started to feel like a show at one point. And, I think these are the characters that they really want us to follow. But, they have to write these beats to where everybody could fall in love with a hero, a story that we all, so used to hearing. I think that has to be put in there because it is a business. They have to make money and they have to like please everybody, and I think that's what they do. But they really have their favorites and some of these villains that they create or some of these durotagonists. With Chrollo, I mean, his name is just unique, slick. Like I said, his style when he wears his hair down, when he slicks his hair back, the whole team loves. Paconata, threw her life away for him and the rest of the Spiders. That's how much she loved him. He said he's very charismatic. I don't know. There's no other character in the show like him. I mean, he's not this happy-go-lucky or things where he just gets it done. He goes in there. Him and Hisoka is like, I can't. I hope that gets animated. It's gonna be my favorite fight in anime of all. And then I think I'm done with anime. After I see that fight, I don't think I need to watch anime again. But the fight was just, he knew he was gonna win, and the outcome. He knew what the outcome was gonna be. And like he told Hisoka, he's like, you still want to go through with this? He has it all planned out. Like nothing is like, I know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna plan it. I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna make people bombs, turn them into bombs. I'm going to get you discombobulated. I'm going. It's like that's how you do things, man. You don't just risk it. Like, okay, he's powerful. I don't. I don't go into things like that. It's like I have to know the outcome. Like I need to stockpile my arsenal to make sure I know I'm going to be victorious, which is what I really love about that fight. And he came out victorious. And he said he did it in style. he's a character that I truly want to see more of. The York New arc when it first was introduced, like I said, something about him was just I was drawn to him. He's like an Itachi, Kakashi. I'm trying to think of another anime character that like uses other people's powers, like a copycat, which is always my favorite power. It's hacky somewhat, but it's like in his case he has to have these restrictions. Like I could use this, but I also have to chew gum for 50 hours. Like it's like these he can only do certain things if he does the things that otherwise he's restricted from using the power, which I think is like I said. And then the way that they use their power system in Hunter x Hunter, I think is the greatest. So and when he fought the Zodics, he was able to they was able to figure that out. Zeno was. He's why he called him, smart old man or whatever. He was able to take on two Zoldycks at the same time, the father and the grandfather. Come on, man. The leader and the leader that just, passed down the mantle. Come on. Come on, man. It's the best character, dog. But anyway, when you get into York New and when they first show him and what did you don't even really like Karapka talked about him, but I was expecting like some corny evil looking villains. Like they all have their own character to them and they seem solid. I would like to follow their story. I was thinking, I'm like, I wanna follow the Phantom Troop story. Like, we could leave Gon and Killua and all of them. I mean, Karapika and all of them behind. Like, I was more interested in them when they showed them, especially, the charismatic leader, Chrollo Lucilfer. I'm like, what's going on with that? So, they have a plan to rob and steal, from the mob that had this, like, has this auction in York New. And, they do that in such a spectacular way, man. They have it all. Once again, Chrollo has it all planned out. I'm going to hire the services of the Zodics to fight me, so it just is. It looks so authentic. Then we die in the process. We get away with all the loot. The only thing they didn't account for was Karappa coming in and throwing his hat in the mix, which he did, and Chrollo was captured. It was good on Karappa because it's such a great character as well. He's on the list, and they captured him. But like I said, Paconato, risked her, gave her life away, gave her life for the troop, and they were able to come back together and get their heads back to plot and plan their revenge. Chrollo got caught up and got his name took, but he got a exorcist from Greed Island, which I do not like the way 2011 is animated. I really just don't. 1998 was just so much darker, so much more better. Oh my God, 1999 was the better version. Anyway, they get an exorcist to, get Chrollo his name back or whatever. Gets it back. First thing he does, I remember turning the chapter and seeing him and Sokka fight. Like I said, I think it's gonna be the best fight in anime. They're on the ship now looking for Sokka. After I think Sokka killed Shalnark and Korapito. I think those are the people he killed. And Chrollo's on the warpath now. He's angry. He's like, I want to take revenge for my guys. And he's on the warpath. Like he said, he wants Sokka's head on a platter. And it's getting interesting. It's getting spicy. Hopefully it continues or whatever. But like this is why he was my number one. Like I couldn't wait to talk about him. This guy is calculated. He has a little bit of everybody in him. I'm gonna conclude with this. He has a little bit of Griffith in him. He has a little bit of Johann Liebert in him. He has a little bit of Itachi in him. Like he has like all of the greatest aspects of characters in anime that we've come to see as genius, beautiful, I don't know, charismatic. He has all those characteristics in most in most characters we've seen. He's like all of them combined into one and has his own style. He's such a great character. Like I said, my favorite character. And that'd do it, man. Like I'm gonna come back to him at some point in my life. But Chrollo Lucilfer, man, number one Hunter x Hunter character. I could go on forever about this character and his feats and the little bit of time that he had on screen, honestly, in York New and Greed Island and the little quick arena, the Soga fight to on the ship to the Dark Continent. Like I, I know his story is going to end tragic, but like it's going to end beautiful at the same time. Like he says, man, you got to do it in style. Chrollo Lucilfer, number one.